What's going on, everyone? Chris here with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal. Wanted to make this kind of quick because I just filled out my first time doing it on my invoice app, but I just did a late night estimate because that's when the client got off of work and he needs this job to be done sooner than later at a senior living facility, so that's what we just did. So regarding contracts, I know most people don't have contracts because they never have issues. I never had an issue until a couple of months ago, and now I'm looking into contracts. So I'm not going to talk about the situation at hand until it develops into something else. Hopefully it never does, knock on wood anywhere around me, fingers crossed. But if it does, it's a good reminder to say, hey, not every client is perfect and not every client's going to be a perfect case throughout the whole time. So you should have a contract just in case. I have found that only franchises really have contracts, and I think that's because they're so likely to be sued by everyone and anyone because they think they can make a quick buck. But I don't think it hurts to have just as a in case. Maybe you have a client that's just crazy. I don't know. But I don't have anything like legally printed out yet. I am in works of getting one done by an actual attorney that handles business contracts. So when that comes, I will talk a little bit about that a little bit more. But I have talked to an attorney that I know through my networking group who gave me a little bit of advice, or suggestions, I should say. And one of them was to not go online and print out a version and plug in your details, as I was told by somebody else. He said that can lead to possibly more problems than it can help solve. So he recommends not doing that. And to get one done professionally if you're going to be going that route, just to save you trouble in the long run if anything were to amount to it. So with that being said, I do have a temporary one in my invoice app that I use, which is electronic. It's an app. You can use it on both Android and iPhone. I've talked about it before. I'll try to find a screenshot of it. You can also take payments through it, which is super nifty. If you like PayPal, I had an issue with PayPal back in 2014, so I don't have it signed up with that. I use Square Reader for my credit card payments, but it's a super cool app. And one of the features on it is you can write an estimate and include pictures and descriptions, and then it has a default message at the bottom that you can fill in whatever you want and save it, so it gets sent out on every single estimate. And something that I am starting to do this year is every time I do a job, no matter what, no matter who, I am having them sign off an estimate that shows pictures and the pricing range and the rules I'm about to read to you. And then I can convert it into an invoice. So I'm getting that preliminary signature basically saying, hey, this is what's going to be happening. If any changes occur, of course, we'll let you know as soon as possible, but be prepared for this stuff. So in that message, I include the following. I made it kind of broad because I don't want anyone to take it word for word and then, something happens. I'm turning into a lawyer over here. Sorry, learn all these little words and meanings and stuff. So the first thing I mentioned is, of course, thank you for inquiring with Clutter Reduction Junk Removal. Here's a copy of your estimate. If you have any questions, let us know. And then I talk about the fact that we don't take hazardous items and that they will be set aside upon the job and noted. So I'm not just going to leave it there. I'm going to let you know, hey, I can't take these items. The next thing is to say, this is an important one. This is going to be in my contract. We only take items as instructed by the client, and that we are not responsible for the condition if it is requested to be returned. So a good example of this would be, let's say a client bagged up a bunch of stuff in black bags from their closet and they had it set aside for us to take. We take it and they say, oh, shoot, I'm missing all this stuff. And you say, well, I don't remember taking it. Maybe it was in the black bags. We don't go through all of our bags. So maybe it was thrown out by accident, right? Not your responsibility, client's responsibility. The next thing is, let's say, for example, the husband says, hey, I want you to take the sewing machine table. Okay, we throw it in the truck, throw a bunch of stuff on top of it. The wife says, oh, no, that's for my mom, that stays. Okay, I can bring it back, but it got a little scratched up in the process of loading. Sorry. And they say, oh, well, that wasn't supposed to go. I want my money for that, right? That's not really your responsibility. It's junk removal. This isn't moving. There's no responsibility for it to be in the same condition it left at the next house. There is no next house. So another thing to keep in mind to help protect yourself. And then the third thing is to say that payment is due upon completion of job per each day. That's up to you. That's what I like to do, though. So if I'm doing like a 3-4 truck job, and I'm going back over a course of 2-3 days, I take payment at the end of each day for whatever work was done. I don't let things carry over. If you want to, that's fine, but that's not what I do. But I do mention the type of payments that I take, and then I also mention the processing fee for credit cards, so that way they at least know that there is a processing fee. No one ever really gives me problems, but it does come up every now and then in question form, and it's always like one of those like, are you gonna be annoying about this, or are you just gonna say okay? And then of course I once again mentioned, if you have any questions regarding this, please don't hesitate to ask. And then I put down our little slogan, like, we look forward to reducing your clutter. Thank you. And kind of straightforward, simple, to the point. Of course, the contract will be a little bit more like lawful, but going over similar terms, plus or minus a few things. Like if the client goes down and tries to throw something on the trailer and trips and falls, I'm not paying for your medical bills. Or anything along those lines. So that is just something I'm pushing out there ahead of time. When the time comes, I'll try to talk about it a little bit more if I am instructed that it's okay to do. I don't want to give out any legal advice because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. When it comes to legal stuff, I just kind of go with what I'm told by professionals. And I just want to put that out there in case anyone ever has any issues, or if you've maybe already had issues and you went ahead and took some action to get things taken care of ahead of time so it doesn't hopefully happen again. I hope you haven't, because this is stressing me the fuck out. And hopefully it never does. So, just wanted to put that out there. I need to head into Walmart, so I will see you guys next time.